Hello everyone, welcome to PRATHAM Test Prep. My name is Ashish Bhargav and here we have with another episode of Daily News Analysis. I hope that you guys are doing well. कैसे हैं आप सब? I hope you guys are doing well. So dear friend, the newspaper analysis is very important for your exam perspective because it tells you about what is happening around us, and most of the questions in the in your exam they will ask you directly from the Hindu and Indian Express. So majorly we cover the Hindu and Indian Express, but we covered also the different aspect of the newspaper. My name is Ashish Bhargav and I hope आप सारे अच्छे होंगे. Before we start, let me know am I audible, am I visible to everyone? Okay, so so dear friends, this is very important to tell you. थोड़ी सी मेरी गले में खराश है. I hope that you guys will manage. So न्यूज़पेपर में हम क्या चीज़ें डिस्कस करते हैं? We discuss mainly about the national news, international based news, economy based news, sports based news, science and tech, personal news, summits and conference. And apart from that, we also discuss about the Supreme Court verdict, any amendments, any bills which is in the parliament. This is also we discuss in newspaper analysis. Let us remember that one book, one pen, one child and one teacher that can change the world. And we'll ask you the questions, the 5 questions. This will tell you about that once we gather the information that how in your exam they can put the questions. So the purpose to conduct the questions of the day is that you will be familiar to solve the multiple choice questions. This is very important to in your competitive exams. And quick tips. The very first article here we talk about the demand of guaranteed MSP, minimum support price, has been driving the farmers' protest. The debate is old and only the visible expression of a much deeper problems. Farming is grossly unremunerative for most Indian farmers. बात करें अभी हम इसमें आप थोड़ी बहुत बैकग्राउंड को समझो. ये बैकग्राउंड को समझना इज़ वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट. कैसे? किस हिसाब से मैं कह रहा हूँ? So the situation arising out the protest by farmers union demanding legally guaranteed minimum support price that escalated sharply on Wednesday as a 22-year-old farmer was killed after police used force to stop the protester march to Delhi. अब यहाँ पे एक चीज़ समझो, जो एग्रीकल्चर है लोपसाइडेड रोल इन नेशनल इकोनॉमिक आउटपुट में क्या है. सबसे पहले समझो कि जब हमारा देश आज़ाद हुआ था, द टाइम ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस, उस टाइम की सिनेरियो क्या थी. सो एट इंडिपेंडेंस अराउंड 70% जो है आपका इंडिया के वर्क फोर्स दैट वाज इन्वॉल्व इन एग्रीकल्चर. 70% जो आपका वर्क फोर्स है वाज इन्वॉल्व इन एग्रीकल्चर. मतलब समझो ऑलमोस्ट 1/3 पार्ट. ये बात है आपको 1947 की, राइट. And the farm sector accounted for 54% annual economic output measured by the GDP. 54%. अब आप सोच रहे होंगे जब यहाँ पे 100 में से 70% लोग वर्कफोर्स में हैं और 54% आपके यहाँ पे उसका आउटपुट है जीडीपी में, तो ये ऐसा क्यों है? डियर फ्रेंड्स, दिस इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड द डिसगाइज्ड अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट. मतलब मोर देन डिसगाइज्ड मीन्स मोर देन रिक्वायर्ड. जितने लोग इसमें थे उस हिसाब से आउटपुट जीडीपी में उस टाइम भी नहीं थी. सो टुडे एग्रीकल्चर कंट्रीब्यूट्स लेस देन 18% ऑफ इंडिया जीडीपी. आज जो है ओनली 18% है जीडीपी का, ठीक है. बट द प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ इंडियाज वर्कफोर्स इन्वॉल्व इन द फार्म सेक्टर हैज ओनली डिक्लाइन टू 54%, 54.6%. ये है आपका सेंसस 2011 के हिसाब से. आप सोच सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे 54%, अभी भी ये 1/3 थी 70% और कंट्रीब्यूशन 54% था उस टाइम. अभी 18% से भी लेस है, बट 54.6% जो है पॉपुलेशन अभी भी एग्रीकल्चर लैंड पे डिपेंडेंसी है इनकी. So latest available table 1 show that the contrast the census of 1951, right, when 972 million of India 139.5 million workforce worked in the agriculture sector. तो आप देखो यहाँ पे फार्मर्स और नॉन फार्मर्स एक्टिविटीज़ में कितना सपोर्ट है. सो राइजिंग शेयर ऑफ फार्म लेबर्स कंपेयर टू कल्टिवेटर्स. दूसरी चीज़ आपको एक समझनी होगी. So another key indicators of the situation is the agri sector is the relative proportion of cultivators. So an agricultural laborer, on the other hand, is a person who works for the another person, land or wages. So relative proportions of cultivation has fallen from 72% of the all farm workers in 1951 to 45% in 2011. So अगर बात करें small and marginal land की, तो यहाँ पे around 70% of all agriculture households shows that most Indian farmers have a small and marginal land holdings, and almost half of them are debt. मतलब जिनके पास उन्होंने पैसे ले रखे हैं, किसी से कर्जे पे ले रखा है उन्होंने पैसा. So यहाँ पे the survey also present a state-wise picture of income and inadequateness in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. More than 90% of farm households that were indebted, even though average monthly household incomes that were around the same of national level of as 10,218. So West Bengal and Odisha fared badly on the both parameters that they have significantly lower level of an income. So यहाँ पे आपको MSP की जो solution of problems or MSP are the solution of problems of farmers. See. So the MSP जो minimum support price है, that debate is visible expression of much deeper problem. So farming is grossly, unremunerative for most Indian farmers. So also the nature of Indian farm distress is structural, that it has not been triggered by a recent passing event. So the factors that is responsible to farm distress are long-standing and merely tweaking MSP or providing short-term, promises will not providable unsustainable solution. So there is no easy way out of this situation. The fact is that far too many people remain dependent on Indian farms, which account a small proportion of economic output. And many of these farms are too small to even keep a family out of poverty. So for all these, lip services to farmers by successive governments, there is relatively little support, either through direct income transfer or provisions of facilities such as warehouses that may, bolsters that farmers' ability. So that's not a correct solution. Only अगर हम MSP पे भी guaranteed हम देते हैं तो. चलो, so now we look forward to the next one. देखो ये गारंटेड MSP जो है वो सिमिलर आर्टिकल्स हैं जो हम लास्ट वीक भी अभी न्यूज़पेपर में आपको ऐसी बहुत सारी आर्टिकल्स दिखेंगी जो MSP के बारे में बातें करेंगी एंड ऑल. सॉरी. सो MSP की शुरुआत कहाँ से होती है? 1967 की बात है डियर फ्रेंड. So minimum support price that was to applicable across India, and the government set up Agriculture Prices Commission for fixing MSP for crops, replaced by CACP and in 1985. तो फर्स्ट जो MSP की अनाउंसमेंट होती है डियर फ्रेंड्स वो 1966-67 में होती है. 1964 में यहाँ पे फूड ग्रेन प्राइस कमेटी थी अंडर LK झा टू पुश फॉर MSP regime. 1957 में द फूड ग्रेन इंक्वायरी कमेटी एस्टैब्लिश होती है टू एड्रेस द एग्रीकल्चर अर्निंग इश्यूज. And before 1947, India agriculture was devastated under British rule. So this is the story behind the MSPs. Sorry. So minimum support price, basically it was in the year of 1967 to 66 to 67, जहाँ पे very first time it was implemented, and it was replaced by CACP in 1985. So 47 का 57 की बात करें, और वहाँ पे फिर फूड ग्रेन प्राइस कमेटी थी, that was pushed to a MSP regime. See, so the basic point is that you should understand what is the why farmers are protesting, because of they just want the legal guarantee for the MSP, minimum support price, and this is not a correct solution, because as I told you, more than 70% of population their dependency that was on the agricultural land at the time of independence, but the output was only 54%. और अभी क्या है, ये 2011 के हिसाब से 54% जो हमारी लाइवलीहुड है, दैट डिपेंड ऑन एग्रीकल्चर, और जीडीपी में इनका कंट्रीब्यूशन है ओनली 18% एज पर द सेंसस 2011, राइट. चलो जी, फाइनेंशियल डिवोल्यूशन अमंग स्टेट्स. यहाँ पे व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ फाइनेंस कमीशन, व्हाट इज द बेसिस ऑफ ऑल एलोकेशन ऑफ टैक्स रेवेन्यूज टू वेरियस स्टेट्स, हैज द परसेंटेज शेयर द divisible pool to taxes from the reducing the solution of most of the states. So how the sorry. So very first thing that you should know that how the revenue shared between the state and the center. See, the very first thing, most of the northeastern states are deprived in terms of infrastructure is concerned. So finance commission जो होती है, basically finance commission Act 1951 के according है specified qualification for the, और उसमें जो फाइनेंस कमीशन कैसे कंट्रीब्यूट करता है. So Article 270 of the Constitution provides the grants for the scheme of contribution to center to state को देना. तो जो भी टैक्स में पैसा आता है उसे फिर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट क्या करती है, डिफरेंट स्टेट के डिफरेंट टर्म्स हैं. और ऐसा क्यों है, बिकॉज सारे स्टेट्स की जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डिफरेंट है. 6 शेड्यूल के जो स्टेट्स हैं वहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट को ज़्यादा पैसा खर्च करना पड़ता है, जितने भी गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स होती है इसके लिए. ये जो है आपका फाली इन कॉट 9 notable cases. So in his 75-year career, यहाँ पे अब इनके बारे में क्यों इतना इम्पोर्टेंट है, क्योंकि that is the eminent jurist and senior advocate Fali S. Nariman passes away on Wednesday. He was 95 years old. His career was a lawyer spanned more than 75 years, with the last half century spent a senior advocate at the Supreme Court of India. During this time, he left an imprint on the law, on the legal profession, a vast array of landmark cases. I mean landmark cases में आप देखेंगे कि यहाँ पे उन्होंने क्या किया कि कॉलेजियम सिस्टम जो थी, जिसको अपॉइंट किया जजेस ऑफ कावेरी वाटर डिस्प्यूट्स को. द सेकेंड जज केसेस, स्टैब्लिशमेंट ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट कॉलेजियम सिस्टम 1981 में जो है, बात है 1981 की, जहाँ पे 5 जज की कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन थी, बेंच थी of the Supreme Court that gave a center the final say in the judicial appointment and transfer of the court ने allow किया था president to refuse recommendation made by the Chief Justice of India. And Article 124 of the Constitution that the CGI must be consulted, means there must be in the exchange of views between the CGI and the president. उसके बाद सुप्रीम कोर्ट एडवोकेट ने रिकॉर्ड एसोसिएशन बनाया एंड इसको चैलेंज किया 1987 में. फिर इसके बाद थर्ड जज केस में भी इनका बहुत बड़ा रोल था. 1998 का टाइम था माय फ्रेंड्स. उस टाइम में प्रेसिडेंट थे हमारे KR नारायण. दैट साउट अ क्लैरिफिकेशन फ्रॉम द सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑन द प्रोसीजर अपॉइंटमेंट जजेस by issuing presidential reference under Article 143 of the Constitution. NGAC जो NJAC है, NJAC basically National Judicial Appointment Commission. National Judicial Appointment Commission, NJAC. So Judicial Appointment Commission NJAC that amended the Constitution to insert Article 124A, which created 6-person commission for the judicial appointments. So the commission that would comprises the CGI, 2 other senior Supreme Court judges, and the Union Minister of Law and Justice, and 2 eminent persons who would be nominated by a committee comprising the CGI. गोलकनाथ केस में, यूनियन कार्बाइड केस में, जयललिता करप्शन जो केस थे उसमें, अरुणाचल प्रदेश की जो पॉलिटिकल केसेस थे उसमें, एंड द कावेरी वाटर डिस्प्यूट्स में. नेक्स्ट वन इज द NB8 विजिट टू इंडिया फोकस ऑन कोऑपरेशन एंड ट्रस्ट. बेसिकली इस आर्टिकल में जो नॉर्डिक बाल्टिक कोऑपरेशन है इंडिया के साथ, उसको स्पैन करने की बात हो रही है. नाउ वी हैव क्विक टिप्स, मीन्स इसमें हम क्या चीज़ें देखेंगे कि यूनाइटेड नेशन सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल्स के मेंबर्स को लर्न करने के लिए आप इस ट्रिक का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. फ्रेज F स्टैंड फॉर फ्रांस, R फॉर रशिया, अमेरिका, चाइना एंड इंग्लैंड. ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज क्या है यूएन की? फेसर्स विच मीन्स फ्रेंच, अरेबिक, चाइनीज़, इंग्लिश, रशियन, स्पेनिश. दिल्ली सल्तनत के किंग को लर्न करने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए? सिंपल आप टेक्निक्स लर्न करो. सब खाओ टमाटर, सब लो मज़े. स्लेव, खिलशी, तुगलक, सैयद, लोधी एंड मुगल्स. अब यहाँ पे इंपॉर्टेंट आर्टिकल्स मेंशन की हुई है, ठीक है. कैसे कैसे आप इसे लर्न करेंगे? आर्टिकल 15 जिसमें बात करता है डिस्क्रिमिनेशन की, 17 टॉकिंग अबाउट अनटचेबिलिटी, 19 फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन, 124 अबाउट द सुप्रीम कोर्ट, एंड आर्टिकल 214 अबाउट द हाई कोर्ट. 51 343 जो है अबाउट हिंदी लैंग्वेज. आर्टिकल 24 चिल्ड्रंस बिलो 14 years कैन नॉट वर्क. And here is questions of the day. Which of the following gives the global gender gap index ranking to the countries of the world? So, World Economic Forum, yeah. Global Gender Gap Report is the index that designated to measure global gender equality. It means it was first published in 2006 by the World Economic Forum. A was the right answer. Corruption Perception Index, that is released by Economist Intelligence Unit, Oxfam International, Transparency International, and United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. The right answer is Transparency International. So India has been ranked 93rd out of 180 countries in Corruption Perception Index 2023. So जो CPI है Corruption Perception Index that evaluates countries, that is based on their perceived level of public sector corruption using a scale from 0 to very clean. Next है आपका Grammy Awards honor exceptional accomplishment in the field of, और ये हम देते हैं किसके लिए? म्यूजिक के लिए. So Grammy Awards, often referred to simply as a Grammy, is an annual ceremony recognizing outstanding achievements in the music industry that hosted by the Recording Academy. The awards cover various genres and categories including pop, rock, rap, countries, classical and more. So winners are selected through a voting process that involving music industry professionals. So the Grammy Awards ceremony features live performance by popular artists and serves as a platform to celebrate artist excellence and innovation in music. Next one है आपका यहाँ पे, which of the following schedules of the Constitution gives a clear constitutional recognition to the existence of the system of political parties in India? So like similarly, there are 12 schedules in the Indian Constitution. So up here 3rd, 7th, 10th and 9th schedule. So which schedule talking about political parties in India? The right answer is here 10th schedule. So 10th schedule of the Constitution, which embodies the anti-defection law, and that is designed to prevent the evil of mischief of the political defections motivated by the lure of office or material benefited of another similar consideration. So anti-defection law जो होती है वो 10th schedule में है. तो मोस्ट ऑफ द शेड्यूल जैसे आपके फर्स्ट से लेकर 12th तक यू शुड रिमेंबर अबाउट Like 8th schedule is talking about the official language. There are 22 official languages of our country, which is mentioned in the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution. And the last questions is here. The Indian model of government is also called the Westminster model of government because Indian Constitution was modeled very closely on the lines of the British Constitution. Indian Constitution was made with the assistance of the British. The members of parliamentary houses are elected through adult franchise, and India follows parliamentary form of government. So D is the right answer. Westminster is a place in London where the British Parliament is located. So it is often used as a symbol of British Parliament. The Parliament is the legislative organ of the Indian government. It occupies a preeminent and central position in the Indian democratic political system due to the adoption of the parliamentary form of government, also known as Westminster model of government. So dear friend, this is all about the session, and I hope that you enjoyed the session a lot. If you have any questions regarding this, please let me know in the comment section, and we'll meet you for the next YouTube session. Thank you so much for joining with us, and we'll meet you tomorrow. Till then, bye bye and take care.